company, having a laugh, but worshipping the King.
Right.
And for me, that's what it's about.
I've enjoyed the amount of spirituality that comes from everybody around here, the stories that they have to tell and their experience with God. I think it's just absolutely fantastic, especially from a first-timer's point of view. And it's just great to hear how men are seeing God, really. It's fantastic.
Definitely the fellowship. It's great to see men from so many different denominations and different ages.
There's definitely a sense of brotherhood. It just feels so natural, really.
It's great to see a good contrast of age groups.
Well, Band of Brothers is the motto. As iron sharpens iron. The guys are just so honest about where they are in life, dealing with all the problems and bringing them before the Lord, because he just wants to know everything, because he's been there before with us as truly man and truly God. He knows all the problems we have, and he wants to be alongside us.
For me, it's been all about men coming together and praising the Lord. For me, that's the most significant thing. Also, we've talked about issues around our personal lives, issues around men and singleness and sexual sin, and etc., etc. Those are the real issues that I believe sometimes as church traditions we don't talk about. We're kind of frightened to talk about it. But that for me is just a wonderful thing, to be able to be amongst them. We can talk about these things. And what I've also find is that the Lord gives us the ability to have insight and foresight into these things, which is just wonderful in a world which is just full of darkness. So
I've forgiven my father. Yeah,
Brilliant.
I think it's fantastic.
For this weekend, it's been more than I expected it would be. I kind of came with the kind of expectation of, it'll be just a happy clappy, and it'll be, isn't God great, and isn't life wonderful? But what I received was way more. It was down to earth, it was gritty, didn't shy away from the stuff that needs to be talked about. But it's you need to love yourself, and then you can love others.
Oh, it's been really good, because the first morning we learn about how relational we are, and as men we don't really do that well from day to day. So it's good to take time out, focus on this, and be really intentional about what relationship we're building. And so it's just about learning our responsibility as a man of God. We got some real serious issues in our communities, in our governments, and in our workplaces, and to just come away and just to reflect on some truths, some real, we done a topic yesterday on addiction, and it was just so very, very clear of the root issues of these things, and it was just really helpful.
Biggest takeaway from this weekend is, first of all, thank God that I can actually make it this year. It was a challenge to come, but you know what? I've left there sharpened, knowing that my brothers are doing the walk with me, and I'm looking forward to 2019. Bring it on, God.
But always also see the supernatural way in which God has helped folk out of difficulties. Others have had such an amazing, deeper experience of his love and his restoration that has inspired me to keep going.
I'd say don't be afraid. I'd say take it up, and it might not live up to your expectations, but for some it will. And I just think there's so much to learn from that, and it's just a great way to meet new people, see new stories, and have a different view on the world, really.
I know this is coming from someone who looks young, but if you're young, old, middle-aged, come along. It's brilliant. You need to hear what's been said.
Great, it's the weekend is just like a fully inclusive MOT.
It's a place where you can come with your brothers, knowing that you're not in the struggle alone.
Don't even think about it, just book it, don't even think about it. You've got your family holidays, you've got whatever you're doing out there, it's 2 days, it's something you've got to look at in you and say, you know what, I'm going to be intentional about this, and just book it, just do it, because you never know what God's going to do, never.
Something what needs to be on your diary for 2019.
Well, come to the Edge. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I hope to be back next year with more than the number of guys that came down this time, because we've all been so encouraged by it. Keep it up, great work.